It's been quite a difficult season for me adapting to the bike. For Murray and Dave, they've seemed to get on with it really well. It hasn't really gelled with me that well, but the team itself this year is expanded. We've got some more injured guys coming on, and they've been really good. Spent a lot of time with them, trying to develop them and train them, and show them what we need to do on the bikes and the mechanicking side of things and everything else. So from that respect, the team's growing, and everyone is getting on really well, and we're having a great time. And that's all part of it, being positive, and everyone's getting on really, really good. Unfortunately, this weekend I've not been riding in the races. I did the practice and the qualifying due to an issue at Silverstone where the clutch, one of the clutch basket bolts come out, punctured the engine case, chewed up the side of the engine case, and has put a lot of metal into the engine. We've stripped it down and flushed it out as much as we possibly can, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. So we thought for safety reasons we've decided not to ride in the races this weekend, which is unfortunate. Not the best end to the season, but that's racing, can't be helped.
We're down to 2 bikes this weekend. Weather's been a bit sketchy. It was alright Friday for practice, Saturday for qualifying. Today for the actual main race, it was a tough choice to go wet or dry, and it looked like wet was the best options as the bikes went out onto the track. We went out on the wet tyres and the weather cleared up and the track started to dry out, so we ended up doing more or less a dry race on wet tyres, which isn't ideal. It rips the tyres apart and you can't get the sort of acceleration speed that you can on a decent set of dry tyres. But saying that, we had 2 good results. Dave came in 17th, and Murray had 2, possibly 3 people behind him, I believe, today. So yeah, there you go, 25th. So Murray's pretty much Murray's best performance ever. So some injured servicemen from Headley Court came down and spent the day with us, sort of seeing what the team does and learning about the team, getting involved, basically using the facilities here at Brands Hatch. Give them a weekend, at least a day outside the walls of Headley Court.
Yeah, the season sort of was a slow burner really. Getting to grips with the bike, getting miles under my belt to get used to the bike, and it with only 8 rounds, you kind of you don't get a chance to get going unless you make the effort. So I've made the effort to put the miles on the bike, and I've got to grips with it. I've speeded up that process really. I've probably done 2 seasons worth of mileage in 1 season to get to where I am. So the back end of the season, I feel like I've made progress, which is good. Well, the last 3 meetings really, Assen, Silverstone and here, all circuits I hadn't ridden before, but I made the effort to go and do track days at Assen and Silverstone. This circuit, I hadn't been here before this weekend, so I've had 20 laps, free practice and qualifying, and then I'm straight into a race, and I've finished 20th and 17th, so I'm really pleased. I'd like to say I'm disappointed to have not scored a point, but to be fair, 2 top 20 finishes at this level for me, I'm really pleased with. So that this weekend has been good, and contrary to how I normally am, I haven't crashed this season. Normally I have at least 1 crash a season.
It's gone quite smooth this weekend really. With Luke's clutch, the problems that we had with Luke's clutch in Silverstone. This weekend there's been more problems, and yeah, we've not been able to get Luke out on race 2. Murray's and Dave's bike, they were both running well.
The transition from Triumph to Ducati this year has not been easy. From receiving the Ducati at the beginning of the year, basically we had to get the adaptions to work on the bike, which was certainly not easy. Yeah, last round, Brands Hatch. Mixed views of the weekend. Friday with the rain in the morning, and then dry and track in the afternoon made it hard work getting a set up. So yeah, qualifying was difficult, and then race 1 was a dry race. It was a good race. I was battling with another rider, so that's what it's all about, is being competitive and racing with other riders. Today, last race, again, It was mixed views as it was a dry track and most of us was on wet tyres. So for the first half of the race, it was great, and I thought I was making good ground and progress. But then on the latter parts of the race, the tyres started overheating and basically letting go all the time. So it was just a case of keeping the bike upright and getting it over the finish line to end the season on a good high.
Okay, well here we are at Brands Hatch at the end of the 2015 season, the British Superbikes. The whole season has been very testing. It's been a very big jump for us, transferring from the Triple Challenge with the Triumphs, moving across to the Ducati Tri-Options Cup. And we're really thankful for everyone that's helped facilitate that change, from Laguna Motorcycles providing us the bikes, Ducati UK helping us with the facilitation and really helping us move into that championship and opening doors that perhaps we haven't been able to open in the past. And all of our sponsors, from Apps IT, Veterans of War, all of the teams and names you see on my hair, the people that actually enable me to run the team and do what we do with the guys out on track. Looking forward, 2016 season, there's a few plans out there, exciting plans that we'd like to do. Like every team in the paddock, all hinges on securing the relevant funding. But we'll be back in the 2016 British Superbike Championships, hopefully, if I get my way, with a bigger team, more riders, potentially expanding into a different championship. We'll be back in the Tri-Options Cup and hopefully in another championship alongside that as well. Thanks very much.